So it was Sosuke Hinojiki after all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys Ayakashi Triangle Chapter 57 review. Now, so in the end of the day, I was like, who else could this be? They were talking about a Jinyo. This looks like a childlike version of Hinojiki sort of idea. I was like, how is this possible? What's going on? But apparently it is Hinojiki. Matsuri did figure it out and everything, so that's very interesting. And honestly, this chapter, kind of interesting, but moving quite fast. Like, honestly, they could have broken this up a little more. And what worries me is that we're going to defeat this Ayakashi in a couple of chapters. Like, it's like, hey, we have a storyline now. Let's speed it up as fast as possible. We already got the, okay, here's Hinojiki. Here's what happened to Hinojiki. Mei is only using Hinojiki for convenience. They're both Jinyo, yada, yada, yada. Matsuri and Nidokuru just got away and everything. They tries to go meet up with Suzu and Shirogane right away to tell them everything that happened. Nidokuru, of course, told the leader everything that's going on, like contacted the Ninja Association stuff. And then automatically, of course, we're just jumping. Like, it seems really fast-paced. Does it seem fast-paced to you? Because all this happens in a matter of like 9 pages. In 9 pages, all that happened. And there's details, sure, but it's like boom, boom, boom. Okay, it's like, yes, it's Hinojiki. Yes, Mei found him. Yes, he is now subservient because of A, B, C. Yes, still has his personality. Yes, wants to kill Matsuri. Yes, this, yes, that, yes, the next thing. You know, it's like boom, 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 boom. We could have had a whole chapter explaining this. Meanwhile, doesn't seem to be the case. Then all of a sudden, we have, of course, Suzu and Shirogane left the house, Matsuri shows up too late, and boom, they're already after her. It's like, no, where's the slow, like, where was she this entire time then? If this was all her plan, why didn't she do this the whole time? Like, I'm still like, is it a pacing issue? Is someone breathing down somebody's neck? Like, they hurry this along? Because we finally got a good storyline going here, and it seems to be like, let's pull out all the stops. Let's go boom, 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 boom. We have no time for fluff anymore. We've been fluffing for 50 chapters. Let's get on with it sort of idea, I guess. But now it's feeling too rushed in that sense because we finally have a little bit of, I don't know, lore, background, storytelling. Anyways, either way, so Mai and Suzu, of course, finally meet up. There's a little bit of a chat, but nothing really that interesting. Kind of weird, a few Ichi moments, and then slowly tries to suck in. Reminds me of Inuyasha with the Unmother, just sort of sucking in together, like all becoming one being sort of idea. And she does remark that Suzu has not unlocked her memories from all the previous Ayakashi, implying that this Jinyo definitely has, but still left, as she puts it, left her humanity at the bottom of a river. So, fair enough. Either way, Matsuri attacks the wrong person at this point, because attacking Hinojiki, and then finding out that Suzu is already corrupted at the end of the chapter. So, once again, huge pacing issues. This is going to be a very short review because all I can do is bitch about the pacing at this point. Like, am I excited that we're actually getting a decent plot and everything? Yes, and this is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of an interesting plot and all that stuff. But one of the biggest problems with this is now that we have a plot, now you decide to rush? Now we can't have a beach episode? Now we can't do this? It's like, we could have stretched, this chapter could have been stretched out and story told just over 3 chapters long. Easily. You could have done the Jinyo backstory in a couple of chapters. Chapter 60, good number, right? In chapter 60, we could have gotten the how Hinojiki finally met up with Mai, how all that shit happened, right? That could have taken up the bulk of a good 12 pages of storytelling. You could have stretched that out and made it feel like, okay, now we understand the resentment, etc., etc. I mean, we spent quite a bit of time with Hinojiki. It would make sense to just not go, oh, he's back, bam, and he's in a childlike form because ABC, and also subservient to Mai because of ABC. And we're getting that all panel. These panels could be entire pages. These pages could almost be entire chapters, and they seem to just be jumping all over the place. And the fact of the matter is, I got too many questions. Like, if Mai was there by the death of Hinojiki as a Jinyo, right? If she was already there, or around like an hour later, what have we been doing this entire time? What has she been waiting for? Why merge with Suzu now? You know, you can argue the fact that, oh, well, she broke out of one of the three things. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Once again, why was she waiting? So even if she wasn't already out, I'm not convinced that she's one of the three spirits that broke out. I think that the Dust King broke out of his, and there were only two others, and they're mistaken on the third, and that was just a translation thing. But potentially, because how would Mai have sealed herself? Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense now, does it? Now you could argue that she sealed a previous Jinyo who then took over her body, but then why would that... First off, that would imply the seal has been broken for hundreds of years, and also, and then resealed itself because of Deus Ex Machina. Or, once again, even if it was sealed, or, like, why would it have been sealed perfectly? So, none of it makes sense. Like, my point is that I don't believe that this Jinyo that is the reincarnation or whatever, or the original Ayakashi medium, Mai, I don't believe she was one of the sealed people. Like, that doesn't make sense because chronologically it can't make sense. She couldn't have been sealed because then she couldn't have had the regrets. How would somebody have sealed someone before their death after they died? That makes no sense. So, yeah. I'm sorry. Literally, I would love to do have one more fishing trip after I kick the bucket, but guess what? Never going to hold a fishing rod again once I croak. So I can't really hold a fishing rod after I've already died, right? So how can you seal something if you're already dead? And once again, even if the case is that it broke or it got out, why would it reseal itself? And then, why would it wait so long? You're telling me that Suzu's the first one since Mai. Alright, fair enough. Why wait all this time? We're 57 chapters in, we've gone through a lot of stuff. Why wait all this time? Like, these are things that could be... Once again, they might be saving all this information for future chapters, but all I'm trying to say right now, because this review is so short, I'm just trying to extend a little bit. I'm just trying to tell you guys my worry about this series, because honestly, we're almost 60 chapters in, and it's not a dud of a series, but I don't think I'd ever recommend it to anybody. The art is good, the characters are okay, but everything is one-dimensional. Everything has been on the surface one-dimensional, and when we finally start to seemingly get something of a good plot, now they're rushing it. It's like, no, you were pussyfooting around from chapter 20 to chapter 40. Why don't we use some of that time right now, and why don't we extend this story? Hinojiki was the only really viable villain this entire time, and, you know... So finally, he's back, and we're just like, boom, 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 here's all the story of how he's back. Now, accept it, let's go. A little bit more from the first villain in the series, right? The first real major antagonist, the one that really pushed them. So, I don't know. I just feel like right now, like this series is sometimes topsy-turvy. Sometimes we get good chapters like last chapter, and then we get chapters like this where the pacing is so apparently fast that it's just like, what are you doing? Are you telling me we're going to be canceled soon? Are you trying to rush an ending? Like, I feel like now with how rushed this is, I feel like this series is going to end in chapter 70. Like they got a couple of months deadline. They've got to get to the storyline. They got to finish it off, and they got to finish. Oh yeah, and nothing else ever happened. Sort of feeling that way. I don't know. I'm getting a bad vibe from this chapter. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as always. And don't forget to drink responsibly, as always, as I always do. And we will see you guys back here again next time for Ayakashi Triangle Chapter 58. Hopefully it's better than this one, because this one is just giving me a bad omen. I got a bad feeling about this. It's not just because I have Star Wars in the background. I really do have a bad feeling about this chapter. It's too rushed. It's too fast-paced when we're finally getting a half-decent storyline that's going to last more than a villain of the week. I got my doubts. I got my worries. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you back here next time. Peace out.